let's move on to watch this, bitches.
Sure. I didn't put any of these things on there, but I did watch one of them. So go ahead, whoever put that stuff on there.
Mrs. Cheapy and I rented a movie called Possessor, which sounded like a cool science fiction thriller. Which
Is it about Possessor X, the leader of the X-Men?
No, it's not that actually, and it's not actually a science fiction thriller. It's more of like a horror, ultra gory
The
sci-fi
title sounds like a horror
slash
movie.
'em up. It's not David Cronenberg, but his son, and I forgot what the son's first name is. Little Crony, they call him.
Mm-hmm.
He's got like a big gold chain with a
Mm-hmm.
with the light meter.
You'd like Crash? You'd like Crash?
Yes, and so we went to rent the movie. The
How
movie's
about
called.
The Fly? You like The Fly?
We went to rent the movie on Xbox, and they had the regular version and they had the uncut version. And I'm thinking, oh, like maybe the uncut version has some like good sex scenes or something. Like you want to get like you want I like my thing is I like to have like sexy movies before bedtime, and then maybe like there's sexy time in the bed. So I'm like, oh, let's just rent the unrated version, the same price, whatever, same length of the movie too. And it was literally the most violent thing I've ever seen. And I watched Netflix, like those Marvel things and everything on Netflix. And oh my God, you see a knife like go into somebody like all the way slow. Like it's just everything. There's a scene. How about this? I mean, the movie was interesting. It was too gross. Like I had to look away a lot, but it was very interesting. Check this out. It's about the plot sounds awesome. It's about a corporate assassin. In the future, they send these assassins into other people's bodies. So they take over people like a body snatcher, right? And they can control the person's body. And then
Are they called Possessors?
I guess so. And then they're paid assassins, and then they basically frame somebody else for this murder. And I don't want to ruin anything because the movie was pretty good. I wouldn't recommend the uncut version unless you really like disgusting stuff. But I think this director is like really intent on showing you things that you've never seen on a movie screen before. Because I had to check with Mrs. Chibi that this actually happened like 2 days after we saw the movie. There's like a short part of the movie where the assassin's walking through somebody's apartment, picks up a pair of women's panties and looks at them, and there's like they're dirty panties. They're like crusty. And I was like, I've never seen that in a movie before. Or like on a screen, I was like, wow, this guy is a real artist. He's really,
Yeah,
he's really
sounds like it.
going for it. So if that excites you, check out Possessor. I bet you that's not in the I wonder if the panties are in the regular edition or if that's just the uncut version. So we may never know, but that's Possessor.
Great. I can't wait to never see it.
Yeah, that's not for you guys for sure.
No, it's not for me.
We also watched a couple episodes of The Haunting of
Haunting.
Hunting
Hunting.
Goodwill.
Hunting
No.
Bill's Manor.
Haunting of Bly Manor. That's on Netflix as well. That's not violent or bloody at all, at least the first 3 episodes. It's the opposite of that. That's like the slow burn. Like, because not much has happened yet, really. They got the creepy kids. They got like some things that flash. You see like something in the mirror, the little weird like thing in the mirror with staring back at the person. But I don't know. Not much is happening in that movie. I think Mrs. Cheapy is bailed already. But I don't know, kind of good. I kind of want to watch more. You've been watching Queen's Gambit, Wombat, still?
I finished the Queen's Gambit.
Of course you did.
Have you not finished it?
No.
The payoff's worth it. You should finish
Well,
it.
we will finish it, but we watched one episode.
You watched Possessor. You could have not.
That was our
watched
Friday. That
Possessor.
was our big.
You would have been
Saturday
happy
night
with. You
experience.
probably would have gotten some sexy time out of Queen's Gambit.
But we watched that. We watched that too. I'm only like 4 or 5 episodes.
There's only 7 episodes.
Oh, we're almost there then.
Yeah.
We just watched the episode with the where the. Well, I don't want to say anything.
Where they do the thing with the stuff. Yeah, it's a good episode.
People in the chat are saying Knucklebone says Bly Manor, more like Blah Manor, and CLC Wolf says Bly Manor is not as good as Hill House. I heard Hill House is really scary.
That's the point. Why would you watch something called The
don't know.
Haunting of
I
Bly
don't know.
Manor,
I don't know.
expecting it to not? I hate scary things.
I don't know.
Oh, let's watch The Haunting.
Let's watch the thing where the
Haunting,
guy.
maybe Possessor, but I
I
don't
don't know.
want scary things.
You know what? Possessor was picked out by Mrs. Cheapy.
They just put a show on Netflix called "So Scary You'll Shit Your Pants." And you'd be like, "Oh, that sounds wholesome."
Yeah, I don't know. I would recommend Possessor for people who are like that art house stuff. Anyway, Ship watched more Ted Lasso, or you started Ted Lasso?
I finished the first episode of Ted Lasso.
Oh, the first episode.
The first season. Sorry, first
Okay.
season. Yes, that's fantastic. Ted
Really?
Lasso is really good.
Funny,
I've heard
good.
that.
Really good. Yeah, really, really good. I wholeheartedly recommend Ted Lasso.
Okay.
It's gotten not only renewed for season 2 but season 3 as well. So
people are watching it.
I haven't watched anything else on Apple Plus. That's the trick about Ted Lasso, is that it's on Apple Plus.
I know. I have an old Apple TV hooked up, I think, still, so I could do it. But then I got to.
You could do Apple Plus on anything.
You don't need an Apple TV to watch.
But I'm not
Apple Plus.
watching anything that's not on that TV right behind me. Like I just don't watch TV shows.
That's fine. But
like you could watch it. I think
like
your
Netflix.
Xbox. Yeah.
It's
Oh, on Xbox? I can watch on Xbox?
yeah.
Yeah.
There's an Apple TV app on Xbox?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh,
It's just-
now you're talking. I only watch streaming services on Xbox.
As I'm saying, like it's a streaming service. It's not like you don't need an Apple Box.
Right.
I know that English words can be hard for you sometimes, but we're trying our best here.
Right. Somebody should light up the Xbox
you should
fanboy
you should
alert.
watch Ted Lasso. I think
Okay.
first couple episodes aren't probably depressing enough for you, but the depression comes in pretty good. But it's not crushing depression.
I don't need depression. I like funny things.
Okay.
I like straight funny things.
Do you like heartwarming things
Of
that
course.
are depressing and funny?
Of course.
I suggest Ted Lasso then.
Oh, I had one other thing that we watched, but I forgot what it's called. It's a World War One documentary by Peter Jackson. Documentary. I forgot what it's called though, because it has a really long title. They shall not grow old. This is the movie where they took original World War One footage and they used computers to make it not look like black and white jank. So they took like black and white movie and it looks like great. Like it looks really good. The thing that they don't tell you when you see the trailer and stuff, they don't kick into that high quality, like nice, interesting footage, the whole reason why you're watching the movie, until like 20 something minutes in. There's like all this stuff with a little box of bad quality video to give you background about the war. But then eventually they get into the war. But it's also like a lot of the stuff they talk about is all the gross shit that they had to encounter fighting in the war, not just like getting shot in the head, which is like
mustard gas and
trench foot.
Yeah.
You know about trench foot?
Isn't that because they had their socks would get wet?
Because they lived in these trenches, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it would rain. There would be like, they would be poopy in the trench. They didn't really have like good shoes. It would be like winter, like everything would go wrong in the trenches. And then there would be all this shit floating around their feet, literally. And yeah, then they had rotten feet. So we had to stop watching that because it just sounded too gross.
Yeah, it sounds gross.
But it's pretty cool. The technology is really cool. I want to give a shout out for that. But
Sounds good.
that's on HBO Max, by the way. You don't have to
Oh, okay.
pay for that.
That is also good to know. I still have HBO Max, so
You haven't lost that yet. They won't take that away from you.
yeah.
All right, let's move on to Cheapy's wide world of sports-like stuff because we have a question from @Hellsfire. He wants to know if we can get Shipwreck's thoughts on the NBA draft. Have you been following the NBA draft?
Sure, it's going on right now. It's a weird draft class this year. There's a lot of like
all really short people. They're like,
really short.
all like
yeah.
5'4".
It was an
It's so
odd
crazy.
year. No, I mean like the top 3 picks are you've got Edwards from Georgia, of course. You know him, GP?
You need who?
Edwards from Georgia.
John Edwards?
Mhm.
No, I don't know. I don't know any basketball players
Uh,
that play now anyway.
there's a lot of raw talent. Like Wiseman played 3 games for Memphis. Seemed good in those 3 games. LaMelo Ball has been playing overseas for a couple of years, and I think Obi Toppin, which you guys will get to see Obi Toppin. He went to the Knicks. He came out of Dayton.
I do
And-
watch all those Nick games, so that's going to be exciting.
Right. So Obi Toppin is the most surefire thing I would say. He is
Obi
you know what
Toppin
you're
is
gonna
a
get.
person's name?
Obi Toppin.
That's a cool name.
OBITOPPIN. But yeah, it's a weird draft, and I don't know. The Warriors getting James Wiseman seems unfair. Like that they
I was
pretty much
thinking the same
tanked
thing.
this entire year and they get a athletic 7-footer that can shoot.
Isn't that good?
No, that's good. It's very good. It's just
Oh.
unfair that that team was stacked to begin with. They were just hurt this last year. And now they get to add a piece that will really help them.
Okay. All right, there it is. Gee, welcome to my GP's wide world of sports like stuff. All right, let's move on to some shopping news.